What is up, you guys? My name is Roberto Gallegos. If you guys don't know me, I am a 22-year-old industrial engineer, and I will never get tired of saying that, okay? So, what am I gonna talk to you guys about in this video? So this video is specifically, I'm gonna be attacking one theme in this video, one topic in this video, and it's gonna be, what do you do when you feel unmotivated? Like, every human being in this world gets unmotivated at some point. We're humans. It's a totally normal thing to get unmotivated, guys. It happens to me every time. It's happened to me at least once a week. It happens all the time, okay, guys? So it's a definitely normal thing for a human to experience, because if you're moving towards one of your goals and you're feeling unmotivated all of a sudden, it's a totally normal thing to happen. You might get overwhelmed. You might get an infinity of different factors. It's not just one thing, but I know it's happened to me certainly, and I can tell you from experience as a student what I've done to work through these unmotivations, because as a student it's really hard to you just get overwhelmed by schoolwork, by maybe my hobbies I'm working on to make some money, or all this stuff that I'm working on. It can be overwhelming sometimes, and you gotta learn how to handle it and deal with it. So I'm gonna give you 5 tips here on how you can mitigate and work through motivation here, okay? So starting off with number 1. It is totally normal to feel unmotivated. And the first thing you gotta really work on is accepting that. Knowing that it's a totally normal feeling, that you're supposed to feel like that, because we can't be happy all the time. Humans can't be happy all the time. It's not a normal thing, and it's not a normal feeling. And the first step to actually fixing unmotivation is actually accepting it and just letting it be, letting that feeling be. Like when you're heartbroken and you just got out of a relationship, for example, you gotta learn to cope with the feeling. You gotta let the feeling happen. You can't just suppress that feeling and let it be there. You have to accept the feeling, cry through it if you have to. You have to feel that feeling for it to subside and actually pass, okay? So for unmotivation to pass, you have to accept it as a feeling that's gonna happen, and you have to learn to let it be as a feeling should be with all the humans. Trust me, you are not the only one who's going through this. Mostly students go through this, as myself, I can tell you by experience. So let's move on to number 2. Plan your day on a planner. I know this is something I've said on previous videos, but guys, I cannot stress enough the help that a planner will have on your life. Only because if you're gonna be unmotivated throughout your day, trust me, you're not gonna have that motivation to just go through the whole day. You're gonna wanna really just go through the motions. That's what most successful people do and learn from a very early stage in maybe creating a company or something like that. They know that they have to go through these motions because it's something that must happen for the company to be successful. There's activities that must be done even though they don't want to do it. And that's what they understand and what most successful people understand. You have to plan your stuff so you know exactly what you're gonna do on that day, and just cross out what you're gonna do during that day, throughout the day, and you're gonna feel a little bit sense of accomplishment. But if you're unmotivated throughout the day, you just have to go through the motions, guys. I know it's hard. I know you might not be in the mood to do it, but you have to go through it, and you have to go through the motions, literally go through the motions. How do you think athletes feel when they have to maybe train for a competition or something like that? You think they wanna be training every single day? No, they don't. They know they have to train every day, because if they don't, the competition's gonna be training, and they're not gonna be training that same day. They have to be ahead of the competition always. They have to be working every single day to secure their performance on that day. They know that they have to go through the motions, because not every day is gonna be a perfect day, and not every day are they gonna have that motivation. So plan your day ahead with a planner and write exactly the activities you have to do throughout the day, and just cross them off and go through the motions. That's gonna help you go through the motions, guys, because you're gonna know what you're gonna do. And on unmotivated days, trust me, your mind's gonna wanna delete some of those activities, and if you don't write them down, you're not gonna have them in here. Your mind's not perfect, guys, and it's gonna be helping you way less on an unmotivated day, okay? So let's move on to number 3. Don't depend on motivation depend on discipline. Super straightforward, guys. I built my discipline through exercise. I know the power of discipline, and I know how to apply it to different activities in my life or different goals in my life. I know what has to be done in order to achieve my long-term goals. And as I mentioned before in this video, the people that know discipline and the people that have gotten to a certain goal know that discipline is necessary. And what is discipline actually? Discipline is actually doing the stuff that you don't want to do when you have to do it. You have to literally program your mind to do the activities and the stuff that you don't want to do when you don't want to do it. Like, you literally just have to go like a robot through these activities. You might not like it. You might not like doing those activities, but trust me, what you will like is getting to that goal. That end goal that you set for yourself like a month ago, you're gonna want that. Trust me, you're gonna want that. And for that to happen, there's gonna be these days, guys. These days are overcome by discipline. They're overcome by doing these activities that most people don't wanna do. This is what most successful people say separates successful people from unsuccessful people, okay? Doing the things that have to be done whenever you guys don't want to do it. So get through that stuff, get through the motions, learn to discipline yourself. I recommend doing exercise. You could really exercise discipline with different activities. Just force yourself to do it every single day, even though you don't want to. I did it with exercise, reading, school, basically any activity that you have to do every single day that you don't want to do. Just do that and go through the motions, and you'll get the discipline, and you'll be able to do those activities that your mind really doesn't want to do. Just force yourself to do it. Moving on to number 4. Remember why you are doing that goal. Why is it that you started? Always, that's why every single person that accomplishes any goal sets themselves a goal and literally writes it down on the wall. Like, literally have it every single day in front of your face. Like the same Arnold, he even said it, that he wrote down every single goal he always had in front of him every single day. He knew this. He knew that if he put that goal in front of himself every single day, there was no driving away from that goal. He knew where he was going, and he knew where his efforts were going to. Even though he had unmotivated days, he knew that if he went through that day that he didn't want to do that, maybe the training, that goal wasn't going to be completed because he didn't do that. So he knew that every single day counted for that main goal. So that's why I'm saying, guys, you need to have your goal very clear and written down every single day. I recommend writing it on your planner, or just writing it down somewhere, having a clear vision of it every single day, so you know where you are going and you know what you have to do, so you don't drift away and just stop getting motivated and just leave every single endeavor you try because you lose sight of the goal, or you lose your way into that goal. Okay, guys? So write down your goals every single time. Even the smallest goals, write them down. Number 5, dream big, start small, act now. What do I mean by this, guys? Set yourself big goals, and listen, guys, when you set yourself a big goal, it can be really overwhelming for you guys, and even for me, like, setting a big goal can be overwhelming just looking at it from anyone's perspective. So what you have to do is really breaking down those goals into daily goals, weekly goals, and monthly goals. That's what I do, and what has worked for many friends of mine and for many entrepreneurs. As they've said, you have to break down these goals into, okay, so I want to be a year from now here. I'll break down this goal into 12 months. Maybe I want to get here in 24 months. So each month I'll have to be hitting this certain goal to get to the bigger goal. And from there, each week I'll have to be hitting these goals to get to that monthly goal. And from there, daily goals to get to that weekly goal. So set yourself up these goals by breaking them down into smaller tasks, guys, so you know where you're gonna start and it doesn't feel so overwhelming. Because I know it can be really overwhelming to like start and just like, dude, where do I go? It looks so big. Like, look at the vision, it's so big, but where do you even start? How do you attack it? Start small, guys. Start with one step at a time and literally write down your biggest goal. And all right, so this is the big goal. What do I have to do in 12 months to get here? What do I need to do in 4 weeks to get to this monthly goal? What do I need to do in a week to get to my weekly goals? And from there, you'll start to make a little bit more sense. And from there, you'll know how Unmotivation works and how you have to get through those days through the week that might not be your best week, your best day, hell, your best month. and you'll just have to get through it, guys. So these are basically my 5 tips, my biggest tips that I've learned of motivation and that I've researched a little bit in, because motivation's a big topic for me, because I've been 5 years in the gym, guys, and I know what unmotivation is, and I know it's not there always. That's why I have shitty workouts. That's why I don't have shitty workouts sometimes. And you just have to go through these days, guys. So that's the basic conclusion of it all. But if you apply any of these 5 tips, trust me, they will work for you. And they might be small and a little bit straightforward, but trust me, guys, once you apply them and once you do them consciously, it's a whole different thing. So guys, that's gonna be it from me in this video. I hope you got something from it. If you did, like, subscribe, and turn on post bell notifications, as it does help me a lot, guys. So that's gonna be it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. So I'll be seeing you guys on the next one.